Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another traffic challenge here in Cities Skylines. Guys, this one's a little bit different because not only are we dealing with vehicle traffic, as you can see, we've also got some train traffic that we're going to try and solve today as well. Which is going to throw a little bit of extra in because I've never really worked with train traffic, so this is completely new to me. If you guys enjoyed this, want to see more traffic challenges in the future, or maybe some different challenges in the future as well, guys, let me know in the comment section down below. If you've got any kind of save games you want to take a look at, again, hit me up and link me to them either Twitter or Discord. I'll check them out, guys, but this one's going to be pretty damn good. So, as it is right now, the traffic, like vehicle traffic, is not too bad in this little place. You got a couple of backups down here. I know there's some down here onto the highway too. It's nothing too bad. The residential area, which is all this here, it seems to be flowing fine. There's some houses over here. We got a few little issues in the city, industrial areas over there. But we have all these crossover roads and stuff like that, which they look good. I can see what the person who built this city kind of tried to do with the one-way systems and all that kind of good stuff. I see. Because if you look at it like from the outside about like that road flows through into the industrial, or you can go, well, residential, you go straight over into the industrial, or from the industrial straight over into the residential. I get it. I get exactly what they've tried to do. But it has caused some slight issues. Vehicles are being directed in places they don't really need to go in, so we're going to try and solve that. But the biggest one is this. Look at this, the amount of trains that we have right now, all trying to get to this depot yard, which looks like a train yard, which is kind of cool. But there is too many stations, but I won't get rid of the stations just yet. We'll just kind of try and sort out the tracks, and then try and get through the bulk of trains that are waiting, because I've disabled despawn, so nothing disappears. So this is gonna be pretty interesting then. It's gonna be pretty interesting. So I think what we should do then, we should focus on, well, let's take a look at the train tracks first. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's 5 train stations all in one place. Now again, I won't get rid of them yet, all of them, because it'll be quite handy just to try and get through the big bulk of trains that are backed up. But we can see the issues already. Stations, they come off the main track straight in and go back out. Very close. We need to kind of stop that and solve that. So we could almost semi-create one-way systems just trying to get through some of the traffic. So if we take these two, for example, here, let's not have that there bend around. So if you come in, you've got to go back out the same way. And hopefully that then, if we play the same logic to this one, so then that should free up some of the trains. So you see that train came in, now it goes back out the exact same way. And because it comes out this way on that one side of the track, even if there's something blocking, it should be able to go past it just fine. Now just doing that is going to move some of the trains, which is really good to see. Really good to see. We see how it backs up onto there. Oh man, it backs up quite far, doesn't it? And we want to kind of apply the same logic to some of these, if possible. So, right. Actually, just slightly adjusting some of that has kind of fixed some of it in a sense, hasn't it? With this train here, I'm not sure what this train is doing. Is it transporting passengers? Yeah. I think it's kind of died. But we see how it goes. This is a big, chaotic train of events right now. You get it? Funny, Seniac, funny. But if I pause and just get rid of that one, pause and get rid of that connection there, we do have some floating trains, but let's try and solve these 2 train stations. And what I'll do is we'll completely get rid of this line. So hasta la vista train. Completely get rid of this line, so you only can come in from these 2 lines that we're now setting up. So let's go to the trains then. So we'll bring this, well, it would be nice to bring this straight over. There we go. So let's bring that straight over. And then the same kind of thing that we've done over here. We'll try and get it to come up in the middle. There we go. So bring that a little bit out. That one a little bit out too. So they're quite separated from everything else. We want to kind of connect them straight up. So that turn is way too close for that. We want that to happen a lot further back. Only reason being is because if they want to do that turn, they don't need to be anywhere near the traffic that's simply coming in right there. That's pretty much what we're going to set up. And we're going to use that little bypass route over there to be the connectors for these. Now this is quite excessive. Very, very excessive. But it will get the job done. And to make sure that these two don't cause traffic for one another, we hook it up so it's got to go down this way. And this one pretty much then has to go down or take the route that way. So they're both going in different directions. So pull into play mode at that point then. That will then semi-adjust some of the train's routes. And then off they skedaddle. Off they go. Which would be quite interesting to see now than how it updates it. And then we got the bulk of the vehicles then coming in. So we did the same here then. We don't really want them to do that turn. So they've got to go back the opposite way. But it's also being treated as a cross-through route as well. So we kind of did the same thing here. It's really only one station here at the minute. So it doesn't need to be backed on or go into anything else. They literally come in one way and they exit out the other. So something else that's going to happen is when we do solve all these train issues, then all the cargo trains are going to keep bringing in, you know, big bulks of vehicles at that point. So that might add to the traffic issues that we currently have right now. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Okay then. So they're using this route as well also to be a huge cut-through route. And that's something else that we don't want to do because there's two train tracks being linked off it. So we got to find a way to bypass that as well. We're going to have to find a way. So these trains are kind of semi-been solved, but then you get the kind of issues further up the line. So we need a way for these train tracks as they go through here not to be technically connected to these. So actually, it's probably not the best idea to have those connected directly there. And we'll see what we can come up with then. So we'll just put into play mode then. So into play, this causes now the vehicles or the trains to start moving. But we don't want to lose all of them because they are trying to get to a destination. So as they start shifting, other trains are starting able to move in. This train here is going somewhere, but that route no longer exists. So it's gone, but we're slowly causing a movement, which is what I like. I like it. So what we could do is create the connection there. So it kind of joins it further back. And then we do something similar with this. If I can get it to... I mean, it's hitting pretty much... the pillars of the highway. And then if I bring that out, so it is all chaotic. It is complete spaghetti at the minute, but it's until we can get the trains to flow, and then we're doing a good job. So with that set up there, then you can now see trains are moving, and they'll slowly sort themselves out, hopefully. And we'll come back in a little while and see what has happened. Right then, vehicle traffic then. So like I said, all these big overlays, underlays, passways, throughways, all the ways are going on right now. It's good. Traffic flows beautifully, as you can see. So what seems to be the issue? What is causing the backlog in traffic over here? So I can see they're coming down here, and then where they're choosing to go. Pretty much it is a dead end this way. Unless we did kind of create that road connection there to have them flow through. But I don't feel like they're wanting to go that way as much. They seem to be all going down. If I check the routing of this one. Yeah, okay. So pretty much what I thought is they're coming down here to go across the bridge. Now obviously to get to the bridge, because it's all industrial traffic, because this is where all the export stuff is. So we need to think or find a way in which we can improve the traffic. So seeing as this is so elevated, and there is many different ways in which, you know, they can get to the residential area, and they're kind of treating this as the industrial route, and as you come back they're going under, they may be taking that route. So why don't we not have this connect, this goes straight over into a bridge, We might have to move one of these nuclear plants, or whatever they are, and create a more solid foundation of a connection. So let's just completely kill that. We'll follow the line round, because we don't want to lose it. But we're just completely changing what it now is. So, right, let's continue this straight. Try not to delete anything. That's what I'm trying to do right now. There we go. Bend that round. Put some snapping on. Now just kind of get it across. Let's bring it down. Right, we're kind of connected there, so we'll get rid. Well, not get rid. We'll kind of just semi-move this one. Where should we move this? Should we put it all on this? Let's put them all on this side. These little nuclear plants. I think they're nuclear plants. Yeah, they are. And yeah, that still should reach. But let's just kind of create that there. Do they have water? Yes, they do. It shouldn't really change anything. Shouldn't really. We got some issues with the bus stops. Right, let's bring this straight across. And let's bring it all the way down and connect it to the road. So like that. And you might be thinking, yeah, but that's just going to create some traffic issues here, isn't it? Yeah, it kind of is. But we're going to try and solve them. So first, we'll solve it in the way that we place down or upgrade these. Oh, I didn't mean to do all of it. With 6-lane roads. And I'm going to put those back to what they originally were. And then we just have to play around with our traffic management to kind of get it up and running. Otherwise, I can create a little cut-through route there that connects perfectly over. That is another way in which we can solve it. So first things first then, we'll turn off traffic lights. Everywhere there is traffic lights along this, we'll just turn them off for now. And we'll do some lane dictation. So that's literally, you're turning, you're going this way. And then this route here, either goes that way or straight down. Okay? And then continue to make it flow. If you were coming off this, you either turn there or take that one. Now this is for me to keep the traffic flowing. And obviously you can change your lane only on that one side if you're going somewhere different, which you probably won't be. But we'll see how that ticks along. And again, with junction restrictions, make sure that no one can cross and the traffic can back itself up. No one could cross, traffic can back itself up. And then we'll see how the traffic flows pretty much at that point with that larger road. So we're creating a more dedicated route down to the industrial area. Some vehicles are turning around because I don't want to go down there anymore. But we'll see how it goes. Right, issues with the train tracks then. We've got rid of the backlog on this side, and now we're getting some diverting, obviously going up to around here. So this is now working, but just like what I said, when we get this working, it brings all the cargo trains, thus creating more issues with traffic, because now it's able to release all the trucks into the city. But this is a big issue over here that we just can't seem to shake right now. That's because we got the backlog of trains coming down. So what's one way we can solve this here? Because we need to start making this move. Now if I just pause it for a second, and then we have the rail here of this, just if I get it to bend, just come down and follow it up, and then just cut in a lot further up. Won't change much, but I'm trying to keep it off this, so at least this can now flow and get these trains out of that little area. And then releasing other trains, of course it's going to do that. And then this is creating the issue where, to be honest, these trains no longer need to exist anymore, do they? So if I just kind of kill them off. And then they're trying to go down in this direction. Or are they? Yeah, they're trying to go down in this. I think there's one train here confused on which way he's meant to be going. And hopefully they can semi-sort themselves out. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Anyway, how's this looking now, right then? So, yeah, we kind of backed onto there. which is all good. Again, some traffic going around to here. So what if I said, or what if we update it to, let's say with these roads now, that this one road here, you can only turn on, or make both those lanes turn on. And all that is going that way. So hopefully they kind of sort themselves out in where they want to go a lot sooner. And then hopefully that makes the traffic flow a lot smoother. Alternatively, I probably will create something that crosses over. But we are going to get a lot of traffic coming from the industrial area right now, the export area, as all the trains come in. So we've cleared some of the traffic now, which is good. Trains are now flowing. But they still come to a standstill just here. There's something that's stopping this, isn't there? And I can't quite see what it would be. Okay. Right, anyway. So, right. The next issues that we have is the traffic coming in here. It just kind of stops and starts every so often. So, we'll do our usual stuff. Let's get rid of the traffic lights just to keep it flowing. So, if we can keep it constantly flowing, we shouldn't have many issues. I feel like this could be done so much better. It really could be. Right, let's do my original idea then. So I'm using our big 6-lane roads. Now if I connect it up to the bridge up to there, this makes this whole idea very interesting. Because what I should be doing is turning it maybe into a 2-lane highway. If I turn that into a 2-lane highway and followed it through, nah, that's pushing it too far. But if I just kind of do it here, and then see how it goes. Because if I do it like that, then they're going to be merging into the way they want to go a lot sooner. Yeah. So like I said, we'll just see how it goes. We'll let the traffic continue. It's just got to slowly move, and then we'll see the improvements coming through. So the backlog in traffic up here is slowly starting to disappear, which is really good. We got some traffic lights here, which we can kind of clear. If we get this to start flowing a bit more, it kind of takes the pressure off this one. Vehicles coming down to here as well. So this is where you kind of start to think then, what if I closed off the road there and there? Because they're connected by both sides, and this allowed this to run itself through. It could be interesting. We'll see. And then with this, can I bridge it up? Let me go back a bit. Just kind of, you know, create that passover again. And then that should flow. But then, wow. Okay. So, okay. So this is where we now start to see the issues. So this is going to be fun to fix. So if you can't look at it, there's like an inlet route and like an outlet route, isn't there, really? It kind of is. That's kind of how it's semi-set up. Now, is it like that in one-way routes? It's not really set up like that, isn't it? So this begs the question now then, do you throw in like a little roundabout and hook up some highways? Like, what exactly is going down right now? Because it's back down to here. We could create some, like, hang on, there's no traffic coming down here. We could create like an on and off ramp just here, or maybe here. Why is there no traffic coming down this? We got a road coming down. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. That's not even connected. Well, that could be another source of the issues too. Let me connect this up. Alright, excuse my terrible connections. I think that there must have been like destructive because, you know, whoever created this city was originally going to connect this and maybe forgot about it. But, okay. Alright, that's interesting. So what I was going to do, let me quickly pause a second. This is on a slope as well. which will probably make it a little bit more interesting to kind of deal with. Okay, right. So what I'm thinking is we create a way of hooking it up, this area to the highway. Now I could do it here, but it is quite a steep section. But let's see what we could come up with. So, okay, it's still going to allow me to do this, which is all good. We allow our road over here to continue pretty much to skip by. We have these roads here, which would be so handy if they were like... Oh, okay, we'll upgraded that. If these were both ultimately, you know, various routes. And connect that straight down over here. And then we just pretty much connect this up. So, I don't want the connections too close. So what I can do is create that over here. So just so they're not too close to the area. And then connect them back up. So not only does it serve this area to kind of pass through, but we also create this other route, so you don't have to technically take that whole road up and round, as cool as it is. And I think we should now upgrade it back to the 6-lane road. No, that's a highway, stop. There we go. And that should all be good. Right, so we should see vehicles using that soon. And everybody who comes down here and takes that route, or comes down here connects to the highway, is less vehicles that are using this crazy junction. It is a bit crazy, isn't it? Alright, let's have a little fast forward session then, to get the traffic moving. I can't believe, are they going to use this, that this was closed off. It's good in a sense, because now we don't have to, you know, think of how crazy this has become. Also, let's get that road originally now connected back up, so that the traffic flows round. So you can see little problems or little, you know, sections where it makes sense why it doesn't work no more. Also, the trains are backing down a bit, so they must be clearing one by one. And we're getting our whole industrial area back together, but we got to clear the traffic out of there first. It'd also probably be good as well to have like a really good highway connection for it. Don't you think? I think it would. So if I just pause it, and we'll get rid of it to this certain degree, because it could really do with a really good highway connection. I was going to say, do I put like a highway going through the middle? But nah, that's too much. And then of course, it's roundabout time. So round about that time, we drop down a roundabout. Great joke, Seniac. Great joke. Okay, so what we're doing is we'll create the highway connection there, but I won't do it like this. I'll do like on and off ramps. Bringing this down to there. There we go. Bringing this down. Alright, just so I can get the idea of where we're working with this now. So delete, 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 and delete that one back a little bit. And take off our snap and grids. Right, there we go. So that's all good for the highway. Not sure how the highway is going to take it in terms of having to keep going round. So it would probably be best if we also created I'm going to go completely through all of this. If I created something like this. Oh, it's too far. To have the traffic flow over. Bit crazy, I know, but hey ho. Okay, so this there to there, there and there. Right, you kind of get the idea, and then we'll see how this now takes off. Whether or not it's a good idea or not, we're going to find out. But it's moving this bulk of traffic now. This is now starting to move pretty rapidly, which is all good to see. And I'm hoping that we can get some of this going through too. So again, that's going to take the quick route going straight through. Of course it is. And what's the issue? So we have stuff like traffic lights turned on, which will turn off. So just turn off the traffic lights here, there, and everywhere. And there we go. Right. We'll let this run through for a couple of minutes. Come back. See where the traffic now kind of holds itself once you try to clear a big bunch of this backlog throughout. And then we can pretty much see where we are. So this is going to be quite exciting to see what our small improvements have done to this little city. So with some small improvements, deletions of some roads like a bridge that went across here and I've connected it to here, the traffic is flowing a lot better. It still needs improving, but what you see right now is just the kind of the backlog that was originally all piled up, slowly going down. I realized we kind of need, because the industrial section's over here, the export area's over here, we need good through roads. So this one that we originally created is perfect. It connects up the industrial area and this chaotic thing, which as much as I wanted to get rid of it originally, I'm keeping it in for good reason. Because it puts the vehicles in different levels and then we can then, you know, direct them through different places. So it kind of connects up the industrial area here, back and forth, down over here, which is perfect. And I've kind of thought for the same thing like this, because if you want to get to the residential area, you take a different bridge connection, so to speak, which works really well, like I said. But again, the sheer amount of traffic that's coming in and out of the industrial area, we need to do something that can semi-improve it. It's pretty much what we're going to have to try and do. So what I thought is, and again, this is going to be quite crazy. I'm going to try my best to attempt this now. So what if I didn't, or if I stopped, let's for example get rid of this bridge and a little bit of this road here. Because if you want to get to this area, you can come down into one of these, which I need to connect it up. This road here then goes up and over like this one does. So if you want to get to this area, rather than going under this road, you use one of these overpass roads and come down into it. Which I would have used that to go straight across, but it would, you know, delete a lot of houses. So let's try it. Because if that's the case, or if it does what I think it's going to do like the other version, then we could be onto a winner here, guys. We legit could be onto a winner. So if I connect that straight over, like that, I kind of need to get this road connected a little bit better. So again, if I bring it out a bit more, because there is a very, very close connection just there. And if I just upgrade these roads to be multi-way roads as well. There we go. And what we'll do, we'll kind of delete the access on these roads, like that. Just so it makes this more of a through road. And if you want to get into these areas, you can come down there, or you can come down here. This is connected up over here too, so you might see some more traffic get built up over there. But it'd be really good to create a connection. Space already occupied. What's making it occupied? Well, if I just came straight down like that, there, one like that, there's one there, and then we see how that rock and rolls and see how it goes. I'll put the housing back in that we've kind of just got rid of, which has caused some chaos right now. And we did have a road here too, which we kind of deleted. So if I just kind of, is that gonna? Alright, it brings it back in to a certain degree. We'll see how that one goes. But you can kind of see my idea what I'm trying to do. I'm creating these flyover roads that completely cut over the city. It's what you would normally use a highway for, but obviously we can't throw a highway in downtown. because it'd just be too much. And the great thing about this one is it connects all the way down to this side, where the other one connects up to this side, and very close to over here as well. Which we do get some issues here, but that's okay because I can get rid of that there. We've got a cut in just there, which is good, and enables the traffic to continually flow. So we do little stuff like getting rid of traffic lights. There's some over here too, yeah. And then, yeah, it should do the job. It's just now this original connection I made is not the best, is it, really? It's not the best. So we got to think of a better way in which we can enable traffic to get through this whole area. So I can see, well, I can see right now that there's a little cut through here. So what if I brought this down, either created a bridge over connection or an underground route that could lead out maybe to this bridge or these bridges or even the highway connection. What would be the best option? I feel like we should connect it. I got an idea. So let's bring this out, and to here it goes underground. Now the reason we're making it go underground is we can create or bend that round to there, and this is then where I kind of need it to be this on-ramp type of road in the first place. So let's bring it up, and then we connect it there. So if I just go underground quickly. Oh no, pause. Oh no. I've upgraded too many roads the wrong thing. And then that was it this type of road? I think so. We'll upgrade all of that to that type of road. So let's come back up. Put that to the road it should be. And then we'll see how many use that, because it could be like the really quick and simple route to completely get out of this area. Then off you go. So then less vehicles using this connection, the less build up we then get in. If that makes sense. So we're getting a few vehicles use it. And we'll just see over time how it kind of pretty much plays out. That's what we'll kind of do there. So it's pretty handy. It is pretty handy so far. And I'm wondering if we can get these to join this a little bit earlier too. So if I created like up here. That's too early. Like that. To filter them vehicles down there a lot sooner, so they flow a lot smoother going straight up. It might make, and obviously we'll make this that turning only. So if you want to go straight on, you'll be in a different lane approaching to it. Sort out the junction restrictions very quickly, so the vehicles can back themselves up. So no vehicles should back in, again, like I said, backing themselves up there. And then that should move the flow of traffic more. Again, it's a very heavy traffic area, simply down to the fact that how many export areas we've got. So this is where we now start to ask the question, do we need to get rid of some? We've got 2 train stations, which won't cause the mass amounts of traffic. But we've got 3 cargo terminals. So if I got rid of this one, and I got rid of train tracks for it, yeah, they're not going to like it, but then it brings us back down to 2. And then my next idea is that we then create one-way roads. So if I flip that around, so you can kind of see where this is going now, this one-way road system. Brings us on down to there. And can you get one-way roads in this? No, you can't. So what if I upgraded this then? So it's going completely the wrong way around. So if I did that then, so you've got to either, you've literally got to do the loop. You've got to go through the loop, but it kind of makes this semi-redundant. Unless you're doing the loop to go back around. You're pretty much flying back out, aren't you, to a certain extent. So I could also make it a lot earlier. Let's say here, where you can cut in. And I could get rid of some of these that make up our little rail yard. And bring that in as well. And upgrading this to be a one-way road. So all traffic files out and hits this, thus breaking down the traffic over here. And then if we take off traffic lights there, pause it a second, so this hits there, and then that one goes that way. And then all of these ones, either that, well, like I say, all of these ones can pretty much just hit the same thing, hit the same lane. So hopefully we get that constant flow of traffic then coming through. The only thing that will stop us now is obviously the vehicles going across, but we get some of the backlog off that. And then that should make the traffic flow, which it seems to be doing a pretty good job. If you ask me, we got like a few little issues here and there, but obviously that's like, you know, how they're trying to get into this area. So it would be nice to have like another couple of outlets and inlets. But that seems to be solving that. Wow. Don't it really? It kind of does. So like I said, it brings the traffic all round, keeps it flowing, got no issues, and then brings it round to the export area. Pretty glorious. So pretty much depending on when you're getting the big bulk of traffic coming through, like we're getting a big bulk right now, you kind of want to get it pushed through. So ways in which we can solve the flows that we're having. So we do stuff. We do the lane management. So if we do all the way back to that first junction that we created, or the junction where we set up that lane dictation, it should really then solve the traffic flows. Alright, to that point there. So it all brings it in. You're either cutting through and going down that way, or you're going round a little bit longer. It takes a little bit longer a route, but it kind of backs off the traffic off the roundabout and stuff like that, and then really starts to bring it in. And then pushes it all up and round. Does its job. Sweet. Sweet. So I don't think we'll be able to ever upgrade these roads, no, because they're too wide. They are really, really wide. Yeah, even with those versions, the 4-lane roads. But it is 2 lanes, so another way I can do is kind of to get them filter into 2 lanes. And they can sort out their own lane management as they tick along. But there we go. You'll never get it perfect because of how small that area is. But at least we can control it to a certain extent. It's not bad. It's not bad. And the traffic everywhere else looks really good. Very, very impressed with it. You just have the slight little issue that you had just over in here. But we need like a couple of new inlet and outlet routes, don't we, really? That's kind of what we're needing. Seems to be a bit bulky over here, but I think that's because it was the illusion of the parked cars on the side of the road that made it look a little bit crazy. A few issues here and there, but do we really need those little passovers? Because you should be in the right lane already, shouldn't you, at that point? You should have picked your right lane. So there we go. That's just the general, is what it is. Trying to get the traffic to flow through. And that's coming from this side. We've obviously got shorter routes as well we can take. But it's almost as good as you're probably going to get it for the sake of... Let's upgrade this. For the sake of... Will you not let me upgrade that? For the sake of having the industrial traffic on the... Well, having the industrial traffic having to travel from one side of the city to the other. It's good as you can get it. I'm not liking this little connection now. So this is the main connection for vehicles coming into the city as well. And wanting to do that turn. So we need something a little bit sooner, don't we? We do. So even if it's only something as stupid as this, where you create small little cut-ins just every so often. There we go. And then rather than having when they come off the roundabout, come down here and try that left turn, a few of them are hitting the odd little junction connecting off there. But as the bulk of the traffic disappears there, it only pushes it further down, to which you can see right now. And they're all trying to fight over this one little entrance point. So what's this? This is the sorting facility. So let's actually move this over here. Has it got water? It now has. So it puts it on its own little road there. So then we can use that. Now let's kind of just bring it down to here. As a way then of offloading other ways to get in and out of the area. So take a little bit of pressure off this junction. And put some pressure on this junction. Then, there you go. Bob's your uncle. It starts to flow. And moves it. So that's almost been completely cleared. But you'll never get it perfect, remember. It is quite a small space for a lot of traffic. But it's definitely going in the right direction, guys. It's definitely going in the right direction. So as you can see now, it's slowly starting to fill its way. Push its way through all the traffic is, which is really good. Just trying to glance over now as we watch it kind of... You can see the queues now. These small little queues are slowly disappearing. Really good to see. Really impressed. So, as it stands right now then, I didn't really check out what the traffic flow was at the start. But it's an 80% average traffic flow. If that doesn't scream glorious, I don't know what does. The industrial area is really, really good. Got a few little issues here. But that's, you know, that's a given. So it's the connection there that goes in. So we could probably just bulk it up a bit. There is a traffic light there as well. So just bulk it up a bit. Get them to flow in a little bit more. And how does that stand? Yeah, it's moving them a bit closer. Worst case scenario, just create like a... We could do like a one-way system. So if that goes that way, at least these guys coming in there have to go straight down and everything else flows through. Perfect. Right, let's get this road stuff off. Average traffic flow, 83%. Just have your little issues here and there, but it's nothing to worry about. This is a perfectly flowing city. We solved the train issues, we solved the traffic issues. It has been a huge success. If you guys enjoyed this, then make sure you smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.